Intense fighting and airstrikes were reported all over Gaza on Saturday. There were fierce clashes between Hamas militants and Israeli soldiers around the Jebaliya refugee camp in northern Gaza. Towards the central part of the strip, airstrikes were reported on a building containing some 150 people, according to residents, many of whom had come from the northern part of Gaza to flee the fighting there. There were chaotic scenes as the bodies of the dead and the wounded were taken to a local hospital. But so much of the most intense fighting that we have seen over the course of the past few days has been in and around Khan Yunis, which is the biggest city in southern Gaza. Israel says that they are breaking through Hamas's defensive lines there, that they are going house to house. They are trying to encircle the city because that's where Israeli officials believe that many of Hamas's top leaders may be. At the same time, on Saturday night, the IDF issued what they called an urgent appeal for residents and civilians to flee 5 very specific parts of Khan Yunis. An evacuation order was given. The IDF saying that the Palestinian civilians should go to a 6th area that was indicated on a map. They posted this online. It is unclear how many of the civilians there have internet connectivity, how many are going to see this, how many know to check these Israeli channels. The IDF saying that they should evacuate to an area southwest of Khan Yunis to establish shelters. It's also unclear what shelters are actually there. Thousands of people have fled even farther south from Khan Yunis towards the city of Rafah. That's where there are shelters which are already overflowing. People are sleeping in the streets. There isn't enough fuel, food, or water. The Palestinian Red Crescent did say that around 100 trucks had crossed from Egypt into Gaza on Saturday. That is still below the average number of trucks that we saw coming into Gaza during that 7-day pause. According to United Nations officials, some 85% of the Gaza population is now displaced, and the Hamas-controlled Ministry of Health in Gaza says that 17,000 people have been killed since October 7th. Alex Marquardt, CNN, Tel Aviv.